Hi everyone, and welcome to our video about how GhostDraft can help with manuscript endorsements. My name is Angie Wynn. I've been in this industry helping carriers and other businesses create engaging customer experiences through communication for over 25 years. GhostDraft can help insurers transform their communications into engaging experiences, and we've been doing that for over 3 decades. In a landscape of intense competition, limited growth, and changing regulations, carriers need to focus on enhancing business processes to drive efficiency and agility. For many specialty carriers, one key optimization opportunity is around manuscript endorsements. Today, I'd like to show you how GhostDraft's CCM suite has helped insurers streamline the manuscript endorsement process. Let's get started. First, let's cover some of the most common challenges carriers have with managing manuscript endorsements. The first one is process delays and inefficiencies. Many carriers struggle with the addition of manuscript endorsements to their policies. The struggle is around maintaining format, especially if you're using a sophisticated styling format or numbering format. It's difficult to maintain all of that sophisticated formatting while incorporating that manuscript into the overall policy or claim document flow. Because carriers sometimes use products like Microsoft Word in a standalone fashion, it's often difficult because you end up with inconsistent branding and formatting, which leads to a poor or inconsistent customer experience. Finally, without a CCM solution, carriers are open to high levels of risk without an audit trail of changes or the review or automated review of workflows. Now let's take a look at how insurers are solving these challenges with CCM. GhostDraft has worked with several U.S. insurers to optimize the process of manuscripting. Here are a few of the reasons why these insurers chose GhostDraft as the solution. GhostDraft is pre-integrated into the top policy and claims administration systems. We provide a flexible architecture that enables rapid integration with any core system. Integration provides a seamless experience for the user by offering advanced manuscripting capabilities directly in the core system, helping drive process efficiencies. As a modern cloud-based solution, GhostDraft offers advanced CCM capabilities for manuscript, including collaboration, automation, content libraries, and templates. With over 30 years of experience, GhostDraft is trusted by over 65 U.S. insurers. GhostDraft is backed by the experts at Navarica and Aspire, and our intuitive technology has resulted in 100% implementation and retention rate among our carriers. Now that you understand a few of the key benefits to GhostDraft's solution for manuscripting, let's see it in action. So this is a demo of how GhostDraft's manuscripting endorsement presents itself to the end user who needs to create these endorsements. I'm going to show you two examples here in this demo. I'm going to show you a kind of a customized experience around one type of endorsement. In this case, it's going to be a cyber endorsement. And then I'm going to show you a more generic experience, both of which are configured using GhostDraft's tooling. The user experience that you're going to see here in the demo can be configured by a business user. It requires no coding from the IT team. So let's get started by looking at the cyber language. Okay, now you see the data capture experience for my cyber insurance manuscript endorsement. Few things to point out. There was some data that came over through the integration with my core system. So the policy number and the insured name pre-populate for me. So any information that is available in my core system can be pulled and used in my manuscript endorsement. And then it allows me to fill in the information that's missing. So in this example, I need to first fill in my effective date. I'm going to say this is going to be effective August 1. And you'll see that as I begin to fill things in, my preview on the right-hand side populates with that information. So I get real-time validation as I'm creating my document that it's going to look the way I expect it to look when I produce it. So 3 different paragraphs here that I can select from. If I want the data security and privacy paragraph to come in, I just need to click on it. Before I do that though, I'm going to point out that there are paragraphs already existing here and they're numbered. When I insert the data security and privacy paragraph, it's actually going to become the first paragraph here in my document. So there it is. And you'll notice that the numbering of the rest of the paragraphs automatically adjusted for the fact that this new one was entered. So through configuration, I can specify that paragraphs include or don't include, and I can also control the formatting when those paragraphs are present or not. Once I've inserted this paragraph, if I now need to edit it, I can click a button and it's going to open that content in Word. So the reason that Word integration here is important is it gives me all of the formatting capabilities that are available to me in Word inside this manuscript experience. I know many carriers have struggled with that very issue, maintaining all the sophisticated formatting that's required, but doing that in the normal policy production flow. So now that I have this in Word, I can do anything I want. So I'll just quickly maybe make that general condition be bold. And now when I close out of Word, it's going to say, do you want to save this? And I'm going to say, yes, I do. And my preview will now update to reflect that change I made. So you see here in my preview, not only do I have my first paragraph, but the formatting change that I made is there. So I can do anything. I can change the wording. I can cut and paste from other Word documents. I can cut and paste images, whatever I need to do to customize that particular paragraph is available. In our next paragraph here, I'm going to click and it gives me actually a list of 3 choices of starting language or default language. So I'm going to pick the first one. We're going to see that this is going to flow in as paragraph number 2. And again, our formatting for the rest of the document will adjust. So there we go. There's our regulatory paragraph. And now we see that the PCI and media have renumbered appropriately. Same capabilities exist on that paragraph as well. I can edit it. I can, and again, all the functionality around editing is available to me. So finally, my last paragraph here, I'm just going to insert it. And this one actually is a fairly large piece of content. So you'll see that that comes in and it's a couple of pages worth of content. Again, I can edit that just like I did on the first example. And maybe we decide that, you know, these whole first 2 paragraphs need to be bolded or whatever changes that you need to make to it. You close Word, you save it, and that will flow right back into our preview. There we go. So now we see our first 2 paragraphs are bold and then the rest of the formatting is still the same. When I'm finished with all my customizations, I hit the submit button. In this configuration, it lets me do a few things. So view the document, send it in an email, send an SMS text message about it, or send it for e-signature. Through configuration, you can specify what happens here. So perhaps it's send for review, or send to the printer for overnight batch printing, or maybe it's you have a button that does 4 or 5 things. Just depends on what the communication preference is for this piece of communication. So I'm just going to hit view just so you can see that the customizations that we made to our document are there. So our red, we've got our two paragraphs, and then finally our bolding around first party coverages. All right, so I'm going to go back now and show you a more generic manuscript experience. So if I come back to my catalog of my manuscripts, I'm going to click on this one. So in this example, this is a much more generic example, not tailored around one specific type of endorsement, but meant for those, sometimes I hear them called desk filed endorsements. So they exist, there's already an endorsement that exists that legal has approved. Maybe it hasn't ever been filed, but they occasionally need to be used. So works very similar to the other example we looked at. In this example, I need to give it a title because this is a generic example. I need to select my effective date. And then instead of having default wording that appears here, I'm going to upload a file. Was able to select that, and then you'll see that that just flows right into the middle of the document. If I scroll all the way down, you'll also see that all of their terms and conditions just comes right after whatever text you select. I have the ability to edit this. So if I click just like in our other experience, if I click edit, it's going to open that in Word for me. I can edit at will now. So just to make things quick, I'll just make that red. And then we'll save it and we'll see it back in our preview. There we go. I also have the ability to upload an image. So in this little example, I have a small infographic that talks about the different types of cyber crime. And so I'm going to include that little infographic at the end of this endorsement. So again, when I'm finished with all of my customizations, I hit submit. And then I have the same options that we talked about previously, and I will view in this case, just so you can see it. So there's our customizations, and then down at the bottom is our infographic. And that is how manuscript endorsements inside of GhostDraft work. Gives you all of the flexibility and functionality around editing that you have available to you in Word in an integrated experience so that all of those customizations can easily appear within your broader policy or claims communication package. Finally, sometimes I need to create an endorsement that doesn't exist yet. I just need to start from scratch. And so and again, I'm using my generic example here. And so maybe this is a drone coverage. We don't yet actually have a drone coverage endorsement, not even a desk filed one. But I'm going to create one. So fill in the title and the effective date, and then I just click my Edit in Word button, and it's going to open Word. But in this case, Word is completely empty. So now I can just start creating. I can copy and paste from other Word documents if I need to. I can do whatever formatting is required in this new endorsement. When I'm finished with it, I just get rid of Word. And then my preview will reflect that information that I typed in. So exactly same functionality as we saw when we uploaded a Word document, just gives you that ability to start completely with a blank screen if you need it. So you'll notice that The information at the top here, policy number and named insured, and the all other terms and conditions, I can't change those things. Those are part of the underlying template. So any customizations that I do go in between those two things. They kind of flow into the middle there. So that allows you to drive brand consistency across all of your endorsements. So all of your endorsements can have the same kind of header and footer information to them while allowing customization to happen where needed, in kind of in that middle section in my example here. Discover how CCM can help your organization drive efficiency and engaging experiences by visiting GhostDraft.com or sending us an email at info@GhostDraft.com. Thank you very much for your time today.